Off the bike at the end of the racetrack as John Lingenfelter makes the turn in front of the timing tower. The NHRA dragster, John, we'll see later on today in the exhibition runs with those brand new S10 Chevy pickup trucks, the Pro trucks, which put on a great show so far this weekend.
All right, I'm going to bail out for just a little bit. Lewis Bloom and Bob Unkefer alternately will be carrying you through some of our Federal Mogul competitions. We'll be back in just a bit. When you have the opportunity, stick around because there's some great racing coming up here in Competition Eliminator, just part of the Federal Mogul category.
Here's Dennis Melly doing the burnout. The Pontiac Grand Prix runs an E-Altered, the clutchless 5-speed car, qualified number 25 at 40 under. His index is still 893. John Lingenfelter, a 738 NHRA dragster, one carburetor, big block motor. He builds his own engines, the Oldsmobile heads, the chassis craft car. Backing up, like to welcome once again back to the timing tower, Bob Unkefer. You had some very happy racers at the top end of the racetrack.
Sure did.
Round number 2 of Comp Eliminator, 16 cars left. First pair coming up here at the Pontiac Excitement Nationals.
Round number 2 coming at you now. It is starting to really get in. Handicap start for Melly. He's out in front. Here comes Lingenfelter. Able to get him at the other end of the track. 685, 125 miles an hour. Using every bit of that 440 cubic inch Oldsmobile to do it at the stripe.
Melly ran about 50 under, but it wasn't enough to put away Lingenfelter. Was a very tough player, lost the Winston Championship a couple years ago in the last race of the season at Sal Biondo at the Phoenix Points race.
Absolutely incredible shot. Love the Bantam Roadsters sitting there coming into your living room. Jerry Arnold out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Now coming up on your screen. Garth Hill was there before. Here's another Bantam. 6-cylinder Ford, 250 cubic inches. Qualified number 3 at 51 under. Garth Hill by 3 thousandths of a second. 867, 148. Jerry Arnold, an 872, a 149. Arnold a little bit quicker off the line that time. Garth Hill able to carry it on through, take the win though, by a mere 3 thousandths, and that is not much at their speed.
About 52 under right there for the win light. Next pair coming up, that's Steve Ambrose backing up from Michigan, runs out of Division 3. Number 5 in the Winston Points last year, number 7 qualifier. At 50 under, ready to take on Bob Andrews with the E-Dragster from Michigan.
Well, there's Steve's machine. Another 6-cylinder Ford-powered car. Technical win last year out at Topeka, the Western Auto Race. Strong running car, qualified number 7. Bob Andrews, qualified number 15, with his E-Dragster, the little 302 Ford. Down for the win. 809, 155, 766, 169 miles an hour for Andrews, but that one was Ambrose from start to finish.
Ambrose won that one by 1/10 of a second, but he hit the index, in effect, next round, slowing down his car. Let's see how to push that one to the back door as his competition ran a 766. Next pair coming up, Ian Landes, very tough Division 3 players with the A Street Roadster up against Craig Eaton, all the way from Glendale, Arizona, part of the ATSCO team. There's Ian Landes with that beautiful 34 Chevrolet that qualified number 8.
Yeah, the Chardon, Ohio runner, qualified, as you said, number 8. Took the Best Appearing Car Award earlier this year down in Gainesville. Beautiful automobile. There's the ATSCO power steering machine of Craig Eaton out of Arizona. Craig qualifying number 16 in the 32 car field.
Landes in round number 1 hit his index by 0.06 of a second, so he's got to make up more power, hopefully, at the other end of the racetrack, try to catch Craig Eaton.
saving the index, slows it down to an 885, only 105 miles an hour. Says, man, if I don't have to step on it, I'm not going to touch it this time around.
Next pair coming up, as you see Ian Landy slow down his race car, the 34 Chevrolet coming back to the next round. That's John Freck with his F Dragster. Number 2 in the Winston points last year to Bo Nickens out of Ohio, ready to take on Larry Pritchett with that very beautiful D Super Modified, a 400 cubic inch small block Chevrolet. 2 carburetors up on top and a heavy race car, and he was number 7 in the Winston points last season.
Qualified number 4 for the field here at the Pontiac Excitement Nationals. John Freck, a little off pace, down in the bottom half of the field, just got in, number 28. 4-cylinder Pontiac.
Based on first round numbers, both were saving their index. 886 for Freck and 893 for Pritchett. Pritchett takes the win light, 848, 152 miles per hour. As John Freck runs 844, he was about 40 under at 153.
Good race there. Pritchett able to take the win at the other end. Close, just a little over 300 to the second, true margin of victory. David Rampy out of Piedmont, Alabama. This is the Winnebago machine. He'll be coming up alongside Jody Schmeiser. Schmeiser take the win in the first round. Jody's Beretta, the Econo altered car. Qualified number 33, came in on the alternate row. Got around first round competition. He's taking on Rampy.
Rampy, one of the winningest sportsman racers of all time, the new Winnebago team with the Todd Patterson motor. Patterson will also run in comp this season along with David Rampy. Harold Stouts RV Sales Company providing the dollars to make it happen. And Donnie Gardner, the crew chief, is definitely an experienced guy when it comes to tuning a race car.
There's the Winnebago Bantam Roadster. Nick Ferry drove that car earlier this year to the win on the Federal Mogul Division race out at Topeka. Took the win while we were going getting wet in Richmond.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Schmeiser with the B Econo altered, and David Rampy with the A Econo altered, both with the buttons off the bottom bulb with the trans brake.
David takes it on through, 784, 149 miles an hour. Backed it off a little bit down the other end of the racetrack. Seeing the win light already on the scoreboard.
Yep, saving the index. Next up, you see the Dragster ready to go, backing up. Brian Brow, the D Dragster, 6-cylinder. It's a Murph McKinney car, just like a lot of the top deal cars. Murph also builds comp cars. Taking on the Plumber from Leonardo, New Jersey, who defeated Bo Nickens in an upset as Bo broke. The Winston champion, that's George Sapinski, the D altered, with that small block Chevrolet built by Pat Busey back in New Jersey.
Yeah, and Bo Nickens was not a happy camper, and that was definitely a wounded motor down at the other end of the racetrack. Great big puddle of oil underneath it when they finally got it stopped on the return road.
And Bo won the Federal Mogul All-Stars this weekend, so he's looking for that double up, but it didn't happen after he lost in the first round to Sapinski, getting set to move into qualified number 26 at 40 under. The number 2 qualifier, Brow, is going to be tough at 53 under.
Qualified number 26, Brian Brown is the number 2 qualifier right behind John Lingenfelter.
I'll tell you what, Sapinski did what he had to do. He left first on him, but Brian Brow able to drive around at the other end. 757, 159 miles an hour. 817 for Sapinski and 164. His best lap of the weekend.
Brian had to go 53 under to take the win. Sapinski was about 40 plus under. Sapinski did cut the better light in our next pair coming up as we continue. Gary Chomsky all the way from Canada. Nice guy with the small block Buick. Builds his own motors, by the way. As a dyno back home up in Manitoba, Canada. He said his closest racetrack is 7 hours away at Brainerd when he wants to test.
That's right. Finished number 2 in Division 5 last year. There's his competition this time. Kevin Roth finished number 10. Winston Points Chase out of Montauk, Pennsylvania. Little D Econo Dragster. One of those